Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles the Bands. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get straight into this topic here. So as you guys know, the Lakers lost yesterday to the Oklahoma City Thunder by 18 points again, which means that they're losing the series by a margin of 36 points. 36 points. But somehow, some way, the Lakers tried to find a way to make it about the referees. If you guys saw the game last night, it was a pretty tight game. The Oklahoma City Thunder finished the game with 26 free throw attempts to the Lakers 21. But the way the Lakers players were reacting and the coach, you would think that they had like 47 free throws. Or like the time the Lakers had 24 free throw attempts in the fourth quarter against the Toronto Raptors. No. It was only a 5 free throw differential. That is it. And at the end of the game, you could see the players going to the referees and basically crying to the refs. Then after the game, the coach is crying. Then all of these LeBron fans and so-called Laker fans are crying all over the internet. I'm like, y'all embarrassing. Like, pull down your skirt, B. Like enough is enough with it, man. Like, enough is enough. So what we want to do is we want to play this sound here of JJ Redick crying at the end of the game. And it's going to tie into what we're talking about today. Take a listen to JJ here.
Initial takeaway from you, anything that kind of stood out the most?
Well, I talked about it a little bit yesterday, them being +9 in the non-shade minutes, and then, in the second half, we just got blitzed. 32-14, 7 turnovers. They shot 14 free throws during that stretch. So we'll look at lineups, we'll look at everything, try to figure out how we can be better in those minutes.
You said you expected Austin to have a bounce back. What did you see from him tonight?
I thought he did a good job, touching the paint, and those touch shots were there tonight. Got some good looks from three. He played a solid game. Obviously, he had 5 turnovers, but everybody on our team had turnovers. You can start seeing like some trends here, and we probably need to go back to the 2 keys we had against Houston, which is take care of the ball and box out, because it's not on high volume, but they've killed us in both games. Every time they've gotten an offensive rebound, they've scored.
JJ, you got a technical in the first half. Multiple players had really long, extended conversations with refs. What was sort of at the core of those frustrations tonight?
Yeah, I sarcastically said the other day they were the most disruptive team without fouling. They have a few guys that foul on every possession, and all the good defenses do. SGA gets like I don't even know, a touch foul, I guess, on the drive. There was a stretch where 4 straight possessions, our guys got absolutely clobbered trying to make an entry pass to Jackson, and Jalen Williams is grabbing his jersey with both arms. That's a turn. They're hard enough to play. They're hard enough to play. You've got to be able to just call it if they foul, and they do foul.
Along those lines, LeBron has, I think, taken 5 free throws here in 2 games. Have you seen him be like attacking and downhill, and are you surprised he hasn't been able to get to the line more?
Well, he gets clobbered on that one, with Jalen Williams coming over trying to block the shot when he spun baseline on Dort. That was in that stretch as well. LeBron has the worst whistle of any star player I've ever seen. I've been with him 2 years now. There's, again, the smaller guys, because they can be theatric, they typically draw more fouls, and the bigger players that are built like LeBron, it's hard for them. But he gets clobbered, and he got clobbered again tonight a bunch. But that's not like a new thing. That's not specific to this crew or this series. He gets fouled a lot. That doesn't happen. Guy gets hit on the head more than any player I've seen on drives, and it rarely gets called. So
great. So you heard what he had to say. So I want to read from an article here. It says Dirk Nowitzki delivers a reality check on JJ Redick Lakers free throw complaints. It said the Los Angeles Lakers fell to a 107-125 game 2 loss against Oklahoma City Thunder, giving the Thunder a 2-0 series lead in the second round of the playoffs. This game has arguably been the most controversial. Has been one of the most controversial clashes of the playoffs so far, with fans and experts agreeing that there were major officiating issues that hurt the Lakers. No, that's not true. No, I don't agree with that. The Lakers were called for 26 fouls compared to the Oklahoma City Thunder's 21 fouls. This is a major differential. Are you serious? Who wrote this article? You guys need to get better writers on your website. Like, come on, this is embarrassing. Do a better job. Anyway, it continues on. It says, while most are sympathizing with the Lakers, the 2021 Finals MVP Dirk Nowitzki weighed in on the issues on Amazon Prime's post-game show after Game 2. Nowitzki shared a reality check with the Lakers and their head coach J.J. Redick about how they're finally feeling the pain of other fans and teams who spent years complaining about the Lakers getting more favorable whistles than everyone else. So before we get into Dirk and what he had to say, his sound, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. All right, guys, the regular season is wrapped up and the NBA playoffs are finally here, and there's no better way to cash in on all of the high-flying hoop action than PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Every bucket, every dime, every win means when you're making lineups on PrizePicks. And here's something you didn't want to sleep on. PrizePicks has the Do It Live 2026 NBA Finals sweepstakes going on right now. Make a $5 lineup with at least one live NBA player picked during the playoffs, and you could win a trip for 2 to the NBA Finals. That alone is reason enough to check out PrizePicks right now. I've been making lineups on the Celtics and Lakers players, and it makes watching the playoffs so much more fun. It's simple. Just pick more or less on player projections across basketball, baseball, hockey, and more. You can even pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup with stacks. And if your picks get off to a hot start, cash out early with easy payouts before the game even ends. PrizePicks is now available in all 50 states. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. All right, perfect. So what we want to do is we want to play what Dirk Nowitzki had to say here, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Dirk here.
Yeah, it's actually like the Lakers are usually the team that always win the free throw battle. So this is this is a little new to him that they're getting clobbered a lot. But yeah, it's just something you need to work the ref. You need to work already, position yourself for the next game, and that's just part of the playoff.
Excellent. So you heard what he had to say. I want to keep reading here. It says, in their 2 games against the Thunder, the Lakers have attempted 17 free throws per game compared to OKC's 19 free throws per game. The difference is minor, but it still has led to a severe criticism of the officiating from regular fans as well as experts, as they believe the calls haven't been fair for the Lakers, because those fans and people that are complaining are idiots. How are you complaining about a 2 free throw attempt differential when the Lakers are losing the series by 36 points and an average of 18 points per game? What kind of stupid is this? Is embarrassing. I think this is a poor example of how men should handle adversity. These guys are literally having a mental breakdown because things aren't going their way. Boo-hoo-hoo. Things aren't going your way. They took away your advantage. Now you have to play like everybody else. It's embarrassing. It's a bad look. There's not a leader on this team that is mentally and emotionally strong enough to lead these guys. It ain't LeBron and it's not the coach. It's embarrassing, bro. Y'all can't handle no adversity. Everything got to be easy for y'all to win. This is embarrassing. And I put up a quote on a comment on the channel, and I want to read it here. And I want to read it in as many videos as I can. And I said this. I said, I literally watched Dante Jones try to injure Kobe for an entire series, and he never cried to the refs, cried to the media. He played through it like a man. The Lakers players are weak and emotional. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, I'm sorry to say. They soft, bro. These are soft-minded dudes. They can't play through adversity. They can't. You got Austin Reeves at the end of the game crying to the referees. Crying. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. These are my thoughts.